So bounce back to your music, right? So the chat has already been talking about that Rapzilla freshman video that you were on, which you started off super strong, which I loved it. I love the energy. So you come really hard, but we also talked about earlier about how you also have some really deep meaningful songs as well. And I wanna go ahead and segue into that. There's a track called Separation Anxiety. Make sure you guys check that out. One of my mods will grab the YouTube link and also put it in there so you guys can check it out. But that song seems like it's kind of near and dear to you. Could you tell us a little bit about that song, some lyrics in there?
Ah, that song. Um, so as far as with separation anxiety as a whole, um, that was pretty much in one of my biggest transitions where I was really going through separation anxiety. I was leaving behind everything that I've known for half of my life, moving to a brand new city with no friends, um, no resources, um, kind of just basically starting off brand new. I've lived in Miami my entire life and kind of just started building something for myself while I was out there. And just to kind of just uproot and leave my friends, some of my family to kind of just start new. Um, it was very painful, because I dealt with a lot of um, different animosity from different people within my life, whether it was, you know, me not making time like I used to, or, me giving off the vibe that now I was a different person than, what I was back then. But it was
Yeah.
more so just like understanding that when God isolates you is because he's getting ready to mold you into a whole different beast. And you have to be away from your comfort zone because if not, they can distract you from what God is trying to do with you. And
Amen.
like that was just kind of just where I was, I wrote that song literally on a bus ride going back and forth from Orlando to Miami, and I was just at a point where I was just like, at this point I don't know what to do. This is how I feel, and God, I don't know where this is gonna go, but I really feel like this is what I need to talk about. It's was probably one of my most different aspects. I was so afraid to kind of just say what was really on my heart. It wasn't your typical CHH approach, you know. Um,
Okay.
it was very different. I felt like I touched upon things where I never really heard from myself within the music that I was listening to that, people would talk about. Being able to talk about how your friends or people that love you kind of tell you that you're switching up on them because now you're walking different, but it's like the reason
Yeah.
why you're walking different is because you understand that you are different, that
Oof.
there's certain things that you can't do, you can't partake in, and it's like it doesn't mean that you love these people any less. It just means that you gotta have your boundaries, and that's kind of just where it stemmed from. And it's a hard pill to swallow when all your life everything's just been this way, and then the next thing you know, it's starting to become a different way. So it's just like, instead of people just asking me like, hey, like what's going on, this, that, and the third, it was immediately like you're just a different person. A lot of it kind of just came with, I was going through so many different emotions where it was like either A, I felt like I was better than everybody else, or B, um, I didn't know how to handle or communicate my emotions. And it was most definitely B because I'll be honest with you, as far as when it comes to like communicating what I feel and what I'm thinking verbally at that moment, I am not the best communicator. I kind of just have to process what it is that I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and kind of just ask myself questions before I say what's on my mind. And with the song, that was kind of my way of being able to say what's on my mind and being able to ask myself questions that I kind of wish people would have asked me instead of just, making their write offs. But it is what it is.
That's always tough when you know how important the growth is for you, you know how it's impacting you, and you would hope that those who have been with you are starting to know a difference and are a little more open to, something is switching up, but instead they take it personal.